We start with a look at the political landscape as Patrick Healy from the New York Times dives deep into how President Trump is using Truth Social to shape the news cycle. He analyzes the strategy behind the posts, the policy announcements, and the high-stakes communication style of President Trump, examining exactly what makes his social media activity newsworthy for the public and the world.
Here's a simple way to protect your phone without stress. This Allen 3-pack comes with tempered glass screen protectors, camera lens protectors, and an installation frame for an easier, cleaner fit. It's clear, case-friendly, and built to help guard against scratches and everyday bumps. Check the link in the comments to get it on Amazon.
Then we pivot immediately to a developing public health crisis. CBS News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. John LaPook joins us to detail the serious concerns surrounding hantavirus incubation periods and what officials are warning about right now. We get the crucial updates on the risks involved in this outbreak. We continue our health coverage with the latest developments on the hantavirus situation. We follow the journey of the 17 Americans and the dual U.S.-British citizen who were evacuated from the cruise ship and are now facing quarantine back in the United States. Dr. LaPook explains what happens next and the current risk of further spread. And finally, the latest on the ground as 2 American passengers arrive at Emory University Hospital in Atlanta after being taken off the MVS Hantavirus cruise ship that was hit with the hantavirus outbreak. This is a developing story, and we will keep you updated with every crucial detail. Stay with us for the full story. The New York Times analyzes the complex process of covering President Donald Trump's social media activity, highlighting the editorial strategy behind their coverage. Patrick Healy, an assistant managing editor at the New York Times, explained that Trump heavily utilizes Truth Social for policy announcements, attacks on opponents, firings, and threats, posting an average of 18 times daily. Healy detailed how the publication determines newsworthiness by consulting reporters with expertise in various fields, including the economy, law, and war. The core question is whether the president's posts impact lives, policy, or the world. The Times does not publish every statement made by the president. They note that past administrations, including those of President Trump, Biden, and Obama, used platforms like Twitter for talking points that were not inherently newsworthy. However, the publication emphasizes that what becomes news is the manner in which the president communicates. Healy cited an example where a vulgar language use, such as dropping an F-bomb on Truth Social, became newsworthy. The editorial standard is clear. Stories are pursued when a presidential message threatens a sovereign nation or employs vulgar language in a significant manner. The Times stresses that their role is to assess information and apply their judgment to determine what warrants publication, especially when a president undertakes actions unprecedented in the past. 17 Americans and a dual U.S.-British citizen have returned to the United States after being evacuated from a cruise ship implicated in a deadly hantavirus outbreak. Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. John LaPook from CBS News has provided the latest updates on the situation. The incident highlights ongoing concerns regarding the incubation period of hantavirus, prompting officials to monitor the situation closely. CBS News 24/7 continues to provide comprehensive coverage of breaking news and live events. Viewers can access this premier streaming service across more than 30 platforms, including mobile, desktop, and connected TVs, free of charge, through CBS News, Com, and Paramount+. For further information and updates on this developing story, viewers are encouraged to follow CBS News channels and resources. Americans who were exposed to hantavirus aboard a cruise ship have returned to quarantine in the United States. CBS News Chief Medical Correspondent Dr. John LaPook has joined to provide an update on the situation, detailing the next steps for affected individuals and assessing the current risk of further spread. The report underscores the ongoing public health considerations following the exposure incident. 2 American passengers were recently admitted to Emory University Hospital in Atlanta after being evacuated from the MVS Hantavirus cruise ship, which has been affected by a hantavirus outbreak. The incident highlights the ongoing health concerns related to hantavirus transmission, prompting emergency medical intervention for the affected travelers.